Hi, how are you all? We are back. So today we'll be discussing on the remaining miscellaneous problems and fraction, which we have started in our last session, and we'll try to complete most part of it, if not all. And if something is left out, probably in subsequent session or tutorial, same will be addressed. So let us quickly recap the different type of problems. We'll learn, or we have already learned, like we'll learn on how to write fractions on words and how to change words into fraction. We'll also try to identify what exactly numerator and denominator is, and then we'll find out a particular denominator or numerator of a given fraction. Then we'll also find out a fraction of a whole, and if there is a quantity that has been given as a whole, and if we are being asked to find out a fraction quantity of the whole quantity, how to do that. Also, there are certain very wonderful word problem that we'll discuss in detail, how to change fractions into division. Then we'll also learn how to reduce a fraction into lowest term, what exactly lowest term is. Excuse me. How to compare different type of fractions, um, which one is bigger, which one is smaller, whether they are equal to each other, between like fractions, unlike fractions, proper fractions, improper fractions, mixed fractions. We'll also learn uh, to solve fraction problem in descending order, in ascending order. We'll also learn how to solve subtraction, conversion of different fraction, mixed to improper, improper to mixed. Then subtraction between mixed fraction, addition, simplification, comparison between mixed fraction and improper fractions. So all these things we'll learn. It will be a wonderful learning session. So let us start.
Okay, there can be another type of problems you will come across where you will be asked to find out a portion of 28 apples, a portion of a whole. Now, if you see the first question, it is mentioned half of 28 apples, half of 28 apples. Now, here, what is half of 28 apples? What is 28 apples? 28 apples is your whole, the full, the basket of apples. The full number is 28. Now, uh, we are asking for uh, 1 out of 2. So, if we divide 28 into 2 equal parts, what will be the one part out of it? So the easy way is to divide 28 by 2 and then multiply it by 1. So that is how we'll do. But in case of solving problem, how do we do it? We write 1 by 2 into 28 apples. So now we divide 28 by 2 and it comes as 14. So here we divide 2 by 2, so we come across 1, 2 by 2 equal to 1 and 2 by 28 equal to 14. So now we have 1 by 1 into 14, 1 by 1 into 14. So we know any number we divide it by 1, we get that, we get the same number. So here 1, if I divide it by 1, we get 1, 1 into 14, which is equal to our 14 apples. So is simply we do a multiplication. So half of 28. So we multiply 1 by 2 into 28. And how do we do it? We divide the denominator and the whole by the same number through which it is divisible. Here denominator is 2, 2 is divisible by 2 and 28 is also divisible by 2. Please keep it into mind that we have to use the same number for dividing denominator and for dividing the whole, which is 28 apples out here. Let us do the second question. 1/3 of 30 boys. So here 30 is divisible by 3 and 3 is also divisible by 3. So if I divide 3 by 3, I get 1. If I divide 30 by 3, I get 10. So 1 by 1 into 10 boys equal to 10 boys. Let us see 2 by 3 of 1 dozen. Now 1 dozen is your whole, but you know it is 1. 1 cannot be divided by 3. Here 3 is your denominator. So how do we do it? We know 1 dozen equal to in number equivalent to 12. Whatever is the thing is 1 dozen banana, 1 dozen ball, 1 dozen candy. But here 1 dozen, as it is not divisible by 3, we will change it to the bigger quantity equivalent to 1 dozen, which is 12 in number. Let us do that. 2 by 3 into 12. Now 12 is divisible by 3 and we get 4. Here 3 is divisible by 3 and we get 1. 2 by 1 is equal to 2 into 4 equal to 8. So 2 by 3 of 1 dozen equal to 8. So no, if you try to look another aspect or prospect of it, 1 dozen equal to 12. Now you divide it into 3 equal parts. So 12, if you divide it into 3 equal parts, we get an answer 4. 4, 4, 4 becomes 12. Now you take 2 parts out of it, 4 and 4 equals to 8. That's what the answer is. Voila. Coming down to your next problem sum, which is 1 by 10 of 1 hour. So if you see, 1 hour is not divisible by 10, like 1 dozen is not divisible by 3. So we'll change it into bigger number which is equivalent to 1 hour. What is bigger number and equivalent to 1 hour is, we know 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So let's change it into minutes. Ultimately 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. So we are not changing anything. So 1 by 10 into 60, it is now minutes, not hour, equal to, so 60 is divisible by 2. Always try to divide with the smallest number, smallest divisible number. If you can look at this question, both of them are divisible by 10, but we don't do that in the learning stages. When we are learning and we don't jump into the solution, so we'll try to divide it by the smallest number. 60 is divisible by 2. We get 30 when we divide 60 by 2. 10 is also divisible by 2. We get 5 when we divide 10 by 2. So both the whole and denominator we are dividing. Now we are left with 5 and we are left with 30. Is there any common factor between them? Yes, 5 is the common factor. We can divide 5 by 5. We can also divide 30 by 5. So let us see what do we get. So if we divide 5 by 5, we get 1. If we divide 30 by 5, we get 6. So equal to 1 into 6 minutes, which is your 6 minutes. So that is how we find out a value if we are being asked to find out a fraction of the whole. Here all these examples, the whole is 28 apples, 30 boys, 1 dozen, 1 hour. Let us see what is there in the next problem. We have 1 by 10 of 5 hours. The same way, we cannot divide 5 by 10. We can, but we'll learn it into later stage. But right now, for the sake of understanding, let us tell that we can't divide 5 hours till the time it is being expanded to bigger number which is equivalent to 5 hours. So what is the bigger number of 5 hours? If we can change it into minutes, yes, we'll get a bigger number. So 5 hours equal to 5 into 60 minutes. So let's see, 60 into 5, what do we get? 0, 5 6 are 30, 300 minutes. So let us do the problem again. 1 by 10 into 300 minutes. Now let us divide by 2, because 2 is a common factor. We get 5. We get 150 when we divide 300 by 2. Now if we divide 5, what is it? Is there any common factor between 150 and 5? Yes, 5 is the common factor. Let us divide 5 by 5, both the numbers. If we divide 5 by 5, we get 1. If we divide 150 by 5, we get 30. So if you can try doing it in your rough copy. You can divide 150 with 5 and surely you will get 30. Please try it out. Now you get 1 into 30 minute. The answer is 30 minute. So 1 by 10 fraction of 5 hours is 30 minutes. Now the last question. One half of 1 kilogram. Again 1 kilogram. We cannot just like that divide it by 2. So we have to expand it into bigger number which is equivalent to 1 kilogram. So 1 kilogram can also be represented as 1000 gram. So if you are aware of kilogram and gram, I will have a separate video on that, how to represent kilogram into gram and what are the different unit of weight, what is milligram, centigram, decigram. We will come down, we will discuss in detail in different session or different tutorial. For the time being, for the sake of solving this problem, let us take into consideration that 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 gram, which we are aware. So let us write it down. Half into 1000. What will be the unit here? Gram, because we are not using kilogram anymore. It is changed into gram. So is 1002 have a common factor? Yes, both of them have. Both of them are divisible by 2. Let us do that. If I divide 2 by 2, we get 1. If I divide 1000 by 2, we get 500. You please try it out. You will divide 1000 by 2, you will always get 500. So 1 into 500 gram. So 500 gram is your answer. While you are responding to different questions and different problems, miscellaneous type of factors, problems related to factors, always write answer, ANS. Here I didn't do anything, but here it is for learning and understanding fraction. But while you are responding to different questions and you are writing answers, everywhere you have to mention answer at the time of the final answer. Please don't forget that.